Hello, and welcome to another episode of Dexter Loves Abby. My name is Kat, and I am podcasting, blogging, whatever, from Buckinghamshire in England. This is my podcast where I record all of my knitting and crochet adventures over the last couple of weeks. Sometimes there's designing. Not this time, unfortunately. I still haven't got back to it because I've done some monogamous knitting on a very exciting project, which, if you're regular, you know about. So, how's your fortnight been? Mine's been okay. Mine's been productive, but I have done something silly, which none of you regular watchers, listeners, subscribers will be surprised at. Oh dear, right, I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Whew. What am I wearing? I am wearing one of my late mother's creations. She had a knitting machine. She had several knitting machines. I hoped to keep one, but unfortunately we had to clear out Dad's house after Dad passed, and I had to just let them all go to charity in the end because I just didn't have the time and head space to go through them, which is very sad. But one day I will get myself a knitting machine because this is just too much fun, quite frankly. I mean, the floats on the inside are all over the place, because obviously a knitting machine doesn't do float catching or anything. But never mind. It's cool. I just got to be careful when I get it on and off. It's fine. Just don't worry when I'm going to have a couple of drinks. I think is the motto to that. So let us get into it. Now then, first order of business, I have done 2 podcasts since I finished this, and I never showed you. And because I sit around and while I'm talking, I do have a little look to see if there's anything that I've overlooked or forgotten about. And it's just not twinkled at me. But if you remember, I was spinning on my drop spindles that I got that were 3D printed. And I did wash and block it, and here it is. Finally, this is all merino, this. I suspect, although I haven't wrapped it to find out what the weight is, I suspect it is sport weight, because that's generally what I spin to. I have to really concentrate to get a different kind of thickness, which is ironic because you can't really get anything in sport weight in England. It's just over 100 grams, maybe 110, 115. So it's not going to suit. It's not going to do much. I could do more of it, but actually, when I cake it up, I will be doing it as a fade. So I think this one, something like that. Anyway, I'll work out which one goes where. I think probably the other way around. There's 4 skeins there. So yeah, I will just join them and cake them up into one big cake, and it is more variegated than it appears. Yeah. Anyway, it's lovely. Green isn't my sort of natural colour, certainly not this green, but I wanted to practice with the colours that I felt that I would use less before I go into the colours that I would use more. If you saw the drum carding video where I drum carded the fibres for this, you'll see that there is, I think it was on that I did it. There's a lot of different colourways that I could be getting into. So when I get my strength back, for those that aren't aware, I've just had a very major abdominal surgery, so I don't have much strength. When I have enough strength to turn my drum card, I will definitely be getting back to that and doing some more. In the meantime, I have plenty of fibres that can be spun already. I'd love to get my wheel back out. I really need to find time to spin some more yarn because I miss it. Well, I have more than I need. But anyway, cheers. Anyway, third cup of the day, which is unusual for me, but I started late today. I laid in bed because we get into our first finished item. I'm not categorizing all my stuff today. I don't think. Well, I only got one finished item, so we'll just decide that this is the finished item section. But I finished these finally. Now these have been going on since last Christmas. For regular viewers, you'll know these live up next to my bed to try and stop me doom scrolling. Can I get a... Yeah, I can. Hang on. I have shown that sock already, but I've still got the second one to do, so come back another day and I will get that done too at some point. Let's see what it looks like on the sock block. I literally just finished this morning. That's why I was late getting up. So the yarn is MRB Bird Street yarn. The colourway is called Christmas at Barbie's. There's sparkle. There should always be sparkle at Christmas, all the time. I mean, I love now going to my sock drawer and saying, let's be sparkly today. These are going to become favourites before no time at all. They come halfway up my calf. I started them toe up. I did them 2 at a time. From toe up. This is a shadow wrap heel, which I only just learned at the beginning of the year when I did the Songbird handmade nest socks. And I rather like it. You just don't have massive holes and you haven't got too much to resolve. You are knitting 3 together at some point and it doesn't sit right, and it won't do until I block it. Who blocks socks? I don't know, but the material should relax, especially after a year of being caked up, and be a bit more comfortable. Now what I did when I got to that point was I increased by 1 either side of each half, so 4 essentially, just so that the sock would fit going up my calf. I feel like I should have increased around here somewhere, because this rib is quite tight and I've done an extremely stretchy bind off on here, to the point where it flutes out, but it sits better on the leg, but it could do with being a little bit looser. So I probably should have increased another 4 around about here, but it's okay, it fits, it's fine. And I suppose the one thing I don't want is for them to be falling down, because they are going to be up quite high on my calf. Anyway, I love them. Nothing else special to say about them, I don't think. The pink came from an old Advent. Pink with the odd random mistake splotch. I think there's absolutely no way you can call that deliberate, because there's like 2 in the entire skein. So I think it is just pink. 1x1 rib. That was about 18 in the end, because I was worried I was going to run out. And the reason why I did them 2 at a time, toe up, was because I wanted to use the whole of the rest of the cake of yarn. So let's show you where we got to with that. I stuffed it in. So yeah, that's how much I had left. I ended up cutting because it was getting all twisted. But yeah, 2 ends. And that's all I had left. That probably wouldn't have done another round, and I didn't really want to find out. yeah, just got to sew those in and we're done with those. Very excited to wear those. So, one finished object this week. I feel like I need to take an antihistamine. All this fibre. It's a bit of a shame that it sets me off, but anyway. Part of the reason for this is because I'm using alpaca. So next work in progress is it's a cowl, a snood, done to my own recipe. Nothing special. I think I did 68 stitches because 70 meant you'd have 4 knit stitches together, which don't work, does it? So the idea behind this is for my brother-in-law, and if you've been here a while, you'll know that I've made him a hat which he wears fishing. This is a merino fibre. Oh, that's actually wool. It was supposed to be, I thought it was a wool alpaca, but anyway, that's what's happening. He's getting this. I made him one last Christmas, and he loved it so much that he asked for another one, which I did him in. He wanted like a camo green for fishing. He does the kind of fishing where you just sleep on the bank of the river all night in the cold. Can't think of anything worse. I camp, but just sleeping out in the open is horrific to me. But bless him. So he will just put this warm hat on and then pull his hood over. And obviously it got to the point where it needed a wash, so I put it in the washing machine. I don't know. So then I got, because he's literally the only person in my family that is knitworthy, which is insane because my sister and I grew up with the same mother who did crafting, all kinds of craft. My sister has taken on some knitting. She did buy herself a knitting machine during lockdown. She made lots of things, which she then decided were rubbish and gave them all away. But they were great, and she did really well. But she doesn't appreciate any of my knitting. Nothing that I make for my nephew ever sees the light of day. I never see it on him. And somehow her boyfriend loves my knitting. So, long story short, at the end of the long story, is that he asked for a scarf. So I thought it'd be nice to make him one that matches his hat. But I've only got this left. And I tried a scarf. I tried it many which ways. I couldn't make it look nice. The scarves I've done for him before, I've actually woven on the weaving loom. Definitely don't have enough for that. Tried different ways to make it look nice. Decided I didn't have enough yarn. Because like this was the cardigan that I made. That's what's left of the cardigan. I'm not going to buy any more. So then I remembered him saying that he had a snood that her friend had crocheted for him. And that's very warm for him as well. So I figured, right, I'll make him a crochet, make him a snood or a cowl or a neck warmer to match. And he's got a matching set to sleep on the riverbank in. Crazy man. So yeah, it's got the stitch holder on just so that I can. It was for the fit check, and once it's blocked, it'll block out nicely. Because at the moment, unblocked, it looks tiny and it looks like it ought to fit as a hat. Well, it would fit as a hat. To be fair, look at that, charming. Just supermodel fodder, that is. Next trend. Yeah. But anyway, something to keep him nice and warm. So that's happening. And one of the reasons I started that was because I did one of my usual tricks. To be fair, it could have happened either way. It actually probably was bound to happen. But you remember, here we go, try not to destroy the place. Remember the Christmas jumper that I showed you? I can't believe it's only been a couple of weeks. Well, are you ready? This is very exciting. Dun, dun, dun. Are you there? Are we at the end? Yeah, there we are. So let's come down a bit. Doobie doo. There we go. So I did the first sleeve. I was having an hour. Should I do it in the red or the green or the white? I did not have enough white to do 2 sleeves, so the white was out. I felt like I probably had enough red, but I felt like this would tone down the in-your-face Christmasness. So I went with the green, just with a little bit on the cuff. And I absolutely love this. And part of that decision was a lot of my yarn sits over there. And it's all in the bags that will warehouse send everything in, the organza bags, excuse me. And they obscure the colours somewhat. Oh my goodness, I've got hiccups. Where do they come from? So I looked across while I was making my decision and went, okay, yeah, there's 2 green in that bag. I've got 1 here. That'll work. Let's do green. Did this sleeve. I think I probably joined in the next ball around here. Did the rest of the sleeve. Came down on this sleeve. Ran out. There. Went to get the next ball of yarn. It wasn't green. It was a brown. It's actually, I've got a different kind of brown. So this is brown here. It's more of a reddy brown. I got a different brown, which I put in as the reindeer noses. And you can see why I got confused. It's ever so slightly more green. But it's too different. It's too different to just carry on in that colour. So, and this, this is too exciting to half-arse, really. So I ordered another green. So that's why I cast on the cowl partly, and the request for a scarf came at that time. So it was good timing. So this has been on hold for a couple of nights because I've had to place an order for yarn. So that brings me to the what did I buy this week part of the podcast. So the final ball of green to complete my jumper. That's going to be very exciting. And then I thought, well, while I'm doing it, because you have to pay postage unless you spent 20 quid, and I didn't want to spend, 30 quid I think it was. I didn't want to spend that much, but I figured it doesn't seem right to spend 3 quid postage on one little ball of yarn. That's only 50 grams. So I thought, right, well, let's give the new Yarn Smiths Merino DK a whirl. And this colourway is the Duck Egg Blue. I wish they'd write the actual name on. It's shade 3254. It's dye lot 01. So, first batches. And there was only 3 balls left. So somebody's just going to get one single ball of this dye lot. Unless I end up deciding I haven't got enough for the project I want to do and end up having to go back and buy that last one. But yeah, it is 100% merino wool. It is 120 yards and each ball is 50 grams. So I've got 100 grams. I do have a project in mind. Yeah. Oh, apparently you can cool tumble dry this. I wouldn't say it's super wash. Interesting. I wouldn't be tumble drying it because I'm not mad. Yeah, so as soon as I get that cowl finished, I'll be back and finishing that sleeve. And this is the bags that I mean. Some people might not have purchased from Wool Warehouse before. So I did buy other things. I've known about this company for a while. I have loved their yarn, but I'm trying not to buy too much more indie yarn because I have a lot. So they brought this colourway out, and I couldn't resist it. And then I saw that they had it on Sparkle, and yeah, I cannot resist that, can I? Especially not as my current Sparkle socks project is now finished. I need more Sparkle socks. So these are going to be my bedside knit. It's from Felt Fusion. And she has just put more in the shop as well. I've met Felt Fusion as well elsewhere on the internet, and she's been kind to me over my medical issue and helped me out with a question. And allayed some fears that I had over some pain that I was getting. And it kind of brought her back to me, back to my, attention. And then I saw this and I'm like, you got me. So here we go. Isn't it great? It's, oh yeah, the light is just catching it right. Hello. This is Beetlejuice. It's a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, which is what is the sparkle. You sparkle again. Let's sparkle again at you. Oh, that's amazing. These colours are just me. Purple and green all day. Purple and black. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. A bit of white in there. Fading out to some sort of cerise colours. There's pink. Oh, it's amazing. I can't wait. So I can actually take these upstairs ready to start. I've got a black skein somewhere, so I might do the toes and cuffs in black. I'm not going to do toe up on the first sock. I'm just might even just make it a shorty, which is what I did with that last one. I did a shorty so that I'd have something sparkly to wear for Christmas, and then the rest as just keep going. So this time next year, there it is. And yeah, she also, when I looked at the postage rates, there were two options. One was just standard postage. The other one was standard postage with a free sample of handmade soap. So, yeah, always a sucker for a nice handmade soap. Yes, please. And I've left it upstairs in the bathroom, but it is beautiful and scrumptious and well recommended. So yeah, go get ya, because she's just updated her shop as well. Felt Fusion. I did buy something else. Somebody I follow on Instagram, and I don't remember her name now. I don't remember who it is. Shared a product review, a paid product review for an electric yarn winder, and she, as part of her paid promotion, she was getting a kickback on everyone sold. I think she got quite a big percentage discount if you used her code. So I used her code, went onto the website, and the website was also offering I think it's a 20% off for Black Friday. So I chanced it and it worked. And I was like, that's fate. So it came. This is what it is. I think all in all, and I thought it was coming from America, so the postage was £10. I assumed it was coming from America at that price. It actually wasn't. It's coming from the UK, which is shocking. £10. That, no, it's not £10. Anyway, so with the £10 postage, the whole thing came to about £43 instead of £70 or £80. So I got at least half off. Now, the reviewer was honest. She did say that it takes about 9 minutes to wind a skein on this, and she'd timed herself manually, and it took 3 minutes manually. My hands are getting very sore, very arthritic, so if I have to wait 9 minutes and not get claw hand from trying to hold that tiny little handle that goes around, patience wins over pain. So that was the only downside that I saw in the reviews of it, and from other friends that I've spoken to about it. Where are you going to go? There you go. So here it is. It's on, off and speed essentially. So you start at 0 speed, aka off, and then you just, oh, there was a click to turn it on. Hurrah. And then, yeah, then you just go up. If your skein gets caught up, it will automatically turn off if it gets resistance, and it will also automatically turn itself off after, I think it was 8 minutes. So you probably have to turn it back on again halfway through the skein. But that does mean that if you're confident you set everything up right, you can wander off and do something else. Works for me. It's got a little tension doodad there, doodad there. Bit of threading to do instead of kind of just, you know, hooking. But that's probably not the worst idea. Clamp there to get it onto your table. And that's pretty large. I think it told you how much it could hold, but it isn't in a weight that I recognise, because I do kilos, grams and kilos. Instructions are pretty good, actually. They're definitely translated, but good enough. Maybe it says on the box. Definitely Chinese. Oh, but they've got a UK office. It plugs in using a USB. You don't get the plug, but I think most of us now have USB plugs, multi-USB plugs. I certainly do. There's two there. I've got 2 upstairs. Everything plugs in that way these days. So if you don't have a plug, it is worth investing. I just hope it's long enough, because I don't actually know where I'm going to set it up, because here I have my yarn swift and my yarn winder attached to my vertical banisters. This room is the front door's there, that's the kitchen, banisters and the stairs are there, and that's it. I don't know quite where I'm going to get it. If it's got to be flat, I'd be very happy if it would work sideways, but we'll find out. But I've still got to find somewhere to plug it in. Although that is the same end. I think it's USB-C that my phone and iPad go on, and I did get long cables for that when I went into hospital. So we'll see. We'll get there. So I'm going to use that to wind this up. Exciting. So next project that's going to happen. Anyway, so I'm going to do another Christmas jumper when that one's finished. And I have picked some non-traditional colours. And I'm going to make it reasonably snug, because I would like it to sit under my dungarees. But these are my colours. Same yarn. Actually, I never said what the yarn was, did I? It is the West Yorkshire Spinners Baby DK Bo Peep. And it's 50% wool, 50% acrylic. 52% Falkland wool, 48% nylon. And these are 50-gram balls. So I've got these colours. Oh my gosh, hang on. My hands aren't quite big enough. There we go. So potentially that might not make it. It might just be those. And I think I've got 3 of each of these colours, have I? No, 6 of each of these colours. 3, 6, 9, 12. I've actually got 13 balls, which is exactly how much I needed for the other one. Although this one will be shorter. And there is 1 ball of cream left from the other jumper. So I'll be working them in. I think it's going to be more sort of snowflakes, Scandi patterns. And then the bottom half is going to be that gingham pattern. And I actually have my sample with me today. This was the swatch I did for the old jumper. So I'm going to do something like that with the lilac and purple. Because two of the test knitters did that pattern just for the bottom half, and it looked amazing. So yeah, that's definitely on the plans. So order of work is cowl, sleeve, and then a new cast on. Shame. So that's going to be it for the last 2 weeks' work, and I think that jumper is quite impressive for 2 weeks, personally. The Christmas tree's up, and my 2 Christmas advents are up as well. So regular viewers will know I put my own advent calendar together with 20-gram mini skeins and some other bits and bobs like needle stoppers, stitch markers from various people, and I priced it up, and basically a 24-day advent of 20 grams cost me the same as the 24 days of 10-gram advents that I also bought from an indie dyer. So yeah, I've got 2. So we're going to do Vlogmas opening those. Every year we open Annie's, we open my yarn advent, and then my husband has a jam and tea advent from Bon Maman, the jam company, to open. I'm still undecided. I know 1st of December is Sunday. Still undecided what to do. So if you've got any preference for Vlogmas, let me know. Because I'm not up to much these days. The other Vlogmases have been, me out and about. I've been to work. I've been here, there, and everywhere. I've just gotten over. Well, I haven't just got over. I just had a major operation, so I'm not going anywhere. So my idea is maybe to just show you a little bit of what I'm working on every day. I think maybe that's probably the best plan I'm coming up with. Occasionally I'll pop out. We could make our coffees together, maybe. Not every day though, because I've seen that done in a Christmas Vlogmas and it does get old. So I'll try and vary it up a bit. And obviously if I go out anywhere, I will take you with me and show you what goes on in my life, which is not a lot, other than knitting. So I'll probably just show you a bit of knitting every day. So yeah, if you have any opinions, questions, queries, preferences on that sort of thing, let me know. So that's it. That is definitely it. Look at me. I'm looking around just to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Oh dear. No, I haven't forgotten anything. So I'm going to get on with that snood so I can get back to the jumper. I can't wait. I really can't wait to put that on. I can have that and my socks. Maybe put a little pair of shorts on. Be ultra trendy. But no, I've got Mum's jumper on today. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. I've had a few new subscribers, so welcome to you. I honestly do appreciate you all. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with me. And bring on Vlogmas. Let's do it. Let me know what you think about Vlogmas. Okay, see you soon.